Writing is probably one of the best things you could do whenever you have a bunch of thoughts in your head, right? If you have something you need to do, write it down. If you have an idea that you like, write it down. If you want to get something done or like you have some goals in mind or whatever, write it down. I've done a lot of writing since what was it? I think last year, I would say. Yeah, last year is a pretty good day. And a lot of me just like writing a bunch of stuff down and just like writing a bunch of goals, writing a tasks down, whatever. It's helped me keep things organized and it allows me to visualize things straight. And it also kind of relieves my anxiety and sort of stress for just thinking about things, because thinking can be a pretty hard thing at sometimes. And especially when you're trying to come up with all these ideas going on in your head, you know, especially if you see it all visualized in on paper compared to letting them rattle in your head. Like for example, if you have like 5,000 thoughts going down your head, or it's probably over exaggerated. Let's say you have like 10 things going on in your head. You're worried about school, your work, what you're gonna eat, should you go to the gym or not, should you play this video game, whatever, all this sort of random crap, right? And then once you start writing things down, like you might not have an idea first, but if you just like write some random shit down on paper, eventually all those thoughts will sort of like flow and organize into your head, and then that would be translated onto paper, and then now you have a visual guide. And it's much easier to do this on paper compared to on a Word document or something like that. Because with a Word document, you're kind of limited to just like bullet points, like just kind of typing text on paper, whatever, or on this document or whatever, right? And also, it's not a physical thing that you can see often. Like, there's a bit of friction from writing something down on paper and looking at that written thing compared to going on a Google Doc and just opening it up. And sure, that friction is not, for us, that might not seem too much of a big deal, but it's still friction at the end of the day, right? Because with paper, for me, all my ideas, right here, I just look at them, done, the end. But with a Google Doc, I have to either go on my phone or go on my computer, turn that on or whatever, right? Then I have to go over to my Google Drive or like a Google Doc app, whatever. And then I have to find the document among like all the other hundreds of documents there. And then finally I have all that. And by the time I've done all that, I'm probably like not like exhausted. Obviously, there's like, duh, it's easy. But that's a lot more work than just picking this up and reading it, because it's a lot easier to do it. And like, this is like what, a couple dollars? Less even, Just need a pen and paper, you're done. And this will last you for like months. Months. That's how crazy this is. Months, right? And that's why you might hear strategies about like journaling your thoughts and like how that is relaxing and helps you give you some sort of clarification in life. That's because, all of your thoughts are organized on paper and you get to see them, visualize it, and then see like what sort of patterns you notice, right? And journaling can help you through a lot of this. I've done a bit of journaling myself, right? And should probably get back into it, to be honest. But the times that I have been journaling, it felt nice. It felt relaxing. It felt like it was a good conclusion to my day because I did this every night, starting from like I think it was last month or like June, something like that. And a lot of it, you might hear like some stuff about gratitude journaling where it's like you list like a couple things that you're grateful for. And that's a good practice too, but I think if you're getting started and you're not so familiar with, writing down all your thoughts and whatnot and just sort of like that kind of writing style, it'll be very weird for you and you're gonna think, what the fuck? I don't know, man. Like this is weird. I don't know if I can do this. And again, you have to take like everything else in life. You have to start small. You have to take it easy, right? Like some of the greatest authors, they probably started through just random journaling or whatever thoughts that they had in their mind. They just wrote it down on paper. They wrote like short stories or something like that. That kind of crap. And especially if you do want to become a writer, this will help a lot with storytelling. But even if you don't want to become a writer, it's good to learn storytelling anyways. It's probably one of the more important skills you need for any sort of like job or career, or if you want to be an entrepreneur, or if you want to be a leader of some sort, anything like that, right? Especially if you want to be a leader of some sort. That is a big thing. Because you have to learn how to sell things to people, in a way, sell things to people, and sort of encourage people to do the things that you think is good for them, is the best way to put it. Because, I mean, this is a skill I'm currently working out right now with this YouTube channel. I probably said this before, but to reiterate, that's what I'm doing here. And, you know, I hope throughout time, the more I keep on doing this sort of, these sort of videos, the better I would be in terms of storytelling, and I would cut straight to the chase and whatever, all that stuff. Because I remember back then I was a little bit like quiet about, like, I'd have some good ideas in my head, but I wouldn't really shout them out to other people or like send them to any, because I thought like, oh, they're not that good or whatever, and like I don't know how to express my thoughts out that well. And that whole idea comes from storytelling and confidence, and those two things can be acquired if you start off as simple as just writing things down, or just writing stories if you want to go the creative route. Or if not, like, if all else, you could just do writing as some sort of like way of leisure, or just some kind of pastime to make you feel a bit better about yourself, you know? It's like you get to feel like a scholar, you know? Like you get to feel big brain, like, whoa, I'm writing all this shit down, look at me, like the funny shit, you know? But yeah, no, it's just overall nice. You get to put like some relaxing music. It's a good way to end off your day, I would say. And you know, it's just like, again, it helps you organize your thoughts. It helps with brainstorming. So like, you know, when it comes to writing an essay, for example, for school, you know, you're probably better off just writing some random stuff on paper. You could do this on a Google Doc because it's an essay and it's like a one-time thing. But if you're thinking of like a long-term goal that you want to be consistent and you want to be persistent at, then you probably want to like write down stuff like you want to, I call this like the funnel effect. Like, this works with essays where you start with like a broad topic and then you narrow down to something a bit more like specific, you know? You want to do the same thing when it comes to those big ideas, and writing that down can help a lot, right? Like, for example, let's say I wanted to start a business. No. Let's say I wanted to get involved with a sport, okay? Boxing, right? So, I want to get involved with boxing. How do I do that? Okay, well, for one thing, I probably need to go to the gym. I need to be more fit. I need to be more athletic. And I need to be stronger. Okay, well, how do I be all of those things? Well, I could do weightlifting. I could do calisthenics. I could do all this other stuff to build up muscle. But I still have to learn technique. So how do I learn technique? I go on YouTube. I search up basic boxing technique. Okay, well then how do I apply that technique? Then you go ahead and go to the heavy bag and just punch some shit. And like, you buy some gloves, obviously, and make sure you learn like safety with boxing, all this sort of stuff. And then sooner than you know, you're off doing the thing already without even realizing it. And again, like, a lot of big goals require a lot of small steps, but one of the small steps has to be that idea generation, or that like idea clarification. And writing would be the best tool to help you with that. So if that doesn't convince you, I don't know what will. But I want you to at least give it a shot, because, well, it's better than nothing, right? So, I mean, so yeah. I wish you the best of luck with all the writing stuff, and I'm sure I'm gonna be writing a fuck ton of things, you know, because it helps a lot with my YouTube channel with these ideas right here. Helps with college, with just essay writing or whatever I need to do. And it helps me grow as an individual. And I hope all that can resonate with you. So, yeah. Hope you have a good day. Bye-bye.